Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's on DisneyPlus.com. A quick review of the brand new Disney Plus original series Becoming. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. So the latest Disney Plus original series is Becoming, and it's a 10-part documentary series which takes a look at the life of a number of celebrities and how they kind of got to where they are. We take a look at where they started from being a kid, then going through school, and then kind of getting into the career that we know them for, and the trials and tribulations that went along with that one there. The series focuses on 10 different celebrities that are entertainers, musicians, and also athletes, including Anthony Davis, Colby Callet, Adam Devine, Candace Parker, Nick Kroll, Ashley Tisdale, Caleb McLaughlin, Nick Cannon, Julianne Hough, and Rob Krasinski. Each episode focuses on an individual celebrity, and as part of the early preview, I got to watch 3 episodes. One was on Ashley Tisdale, the other one was on Rob Krasinski, and also the final one was on the basketball star Candace Parker. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest, I had never heard of Candace. She is a basketball star, and her story is pretty interesting from the point of view of kind of for me of like learning about how big female basketball is in the US. I'll be honest, I don't really follow sports, and this is probably where at least 3 of the episodes from this series I had no interest in. Unfortunately for me, 2 of the episodes I got sent were about sports people. And yeah, Rob Krasinski, I'll be honest, I had never heard of him until earlier this year when I saw him presenting WWE WrestleMania. And I'll be honest, yeah, I do not know about American football. And this is one of my little issues that I want to bring up right now about the series, because I think the lineup is very all over the place. There's a couple of people that people will recognize when they see their faces, but as far as the name goes, I don't think there's much name recognition, especially internationally. And I think that is one of the key issues with this series, is that it looks very weak for an international audience. For the US audience, I think it'll be quite cool and there'll be a lot more interest in it. And I think that's going to be the issue with this series going forward for international fans, is I think people are going to be like, who are these people? I don't know them. It's like Dancing with the Stars. Yes, in America, that's who she's known. But here, for example, in the UK, we have a different version, so they don't air it. And as a whole, that's my one issue with it. I think one of the interesting things about this series, we're going to be getting all 10 episodes at once. So therefore, if you don't know who they are and you're not interested in them, you can skip that episode and just cherry pick the ones that you would like. So if you're only interested in one of the actors or actresses, you can watch that one there and you can skip the rest. And each episode is very well made. It's very polished. There's lots of montages with clips when they were kids, also footage, and also there's images. Just generally very good. Each episode's around about 20 to 25 minutes long, so nothing too bad. Not in the way like maybe like Howard, which was like an hour and a half, much tighter. And I think as a general rule, I don't think it's too bad. If you want to learn a little bit about these people, that's definitely a good thing going forward. Some of the stories are more interesting than others, as you would expect, but I thought the 3 episodes I watched were pretty enjoyable. Though I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't have picked the 2 sports stars had I had access to the whole series. The Ashley Tisdale one was really interesting in the fact that I didn't really know much about her at all. I've obviously seen her in High School Musical, and that's pretty much it. And I knew she was doing some of the voice work for the Phileas and Ferb movie, which just got added recently. And yeah, it was kind of interesting, especially the whole thing of how she sort of struggled with the fame aspect of how big that movie got, and also just how she kind of got into it. And I thought that was definitely the strongest of the 3 episodes I've seen. There are a few more that I definitely want to watch and kind of see where this goes. But as an early preview, I was very impressed with it. And I think this is a series which could have legs. I think it's something they could keep bringing in. And generally sort of having celebrities and different people and stuff. It's something, they're talking about themselves, and I think that's always going to generate some interest, but I do think they kind of need some a little bit more heavy hitters on who they're going to be focusing on. Get some people that are maybe a little bit more well-known internationally, because that was a very US-centric list. Though again, it all depends on your framework and where you're coming from, of whether or not you think that this lineup is good or not. But for me personally, I'd only heard of about 3 of these people, and even that kind of required me to do a Google search to see what they look like. It didn't really have name recognition. And again, that's might be just me being from the UK way of just not knowing who they were. The episodes themselves, all the people that were involved in it were very truthful, very honest. There was a number of times that they were tearing up, sort of telling stories, talking about people that they've lost, people that's influenced them, and just the sort of the hardships that they had kind of growing up. And I kind of like that. I like that whole thing of seeing where they come from and seeing that they were essentially just normal people and just had a talent that was able to be utilized. And yeah, I think this is just a really good feel-good series. I don't think it's going to pull in a huge amount of viewers, but it's a solid show, and I'm really hoping that we get to see a little bit more of it and see how it expands out and bring other people in, because there's obviously so many celebrities, and I'm sure they'll all want to talk about themselves for 20 plus minutes. And you know, they get the family in, they get teachers in, they get coaches and stuff, and I think that's all really cool, just kind of finding out a little bit more about all of these people. Like I said, I definitely recommend you go check out the show when it drops on Friday the 18th of September. There are, as I said, 10 episodes, so just jump in, see which celebrity you maybe know or recognize, and then watch those episodes first, rather than maybe just going 1 through 10, because you might not necessarily be interested in everyone, and that's, I think, a key aspect to this one. I personally would have liked the whole series maybe to drop week to week, but it would have been very hard for them to kind of line up. If you didn't like that person, you might end up not watching the whole series, so the binge system might work best for this one. So there we go, that is what I thought of Becoming. Let me know in the comments below if you are going to be watching this when it hits on Friday. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe, and I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.